to the top, got a filled up engine. In my thoughts, obsession, I will not stop, no, I'm never second guessing. I got a God complex, haters love to hate, but I never feel pressed. Got a lot on my plate, but I never get stressed.
A very good morning to everybody, and this is Timeless Wheels, a series which is dedicated to the vintage and classic rare cars that are present in India. And I am Saasha, and this is the famous W124. So today we are going to review the car for you guys. We will show you the interior, the exterior, the specifications of the car, see what sound the door makes. So this is 124, and this is how it was revealed to the public at the 1984 auto show in Spain.
It sound right, boys.
This model replaced the legendary W123 which you saw in the previous vlog, and this whole new distinguished shaped, more inclined roof, as you can see here, and the pillars for better aerodynamic that were achieved through vigorous testing in the wind tunnel. So this was the most aerodynamic car back in the day. So they came in different variants, from a 200E up till the 500E, which was the V8, which was designed by the Mercedes, and this particular car is a E-250 diesel. So it's a diesel car, as you can see diesel badging here. And look at the class of the vehicle. It's the most mafia looking car. So the W124 had a very classy look to it. It looked like it has a sense of class and a sense of controllability amongst the others. This car is used in many films, many sitcoms you can see. So the car is absolutely beautiful and very beautifully made. So let's get on to the specifications and some details of the car.
Check the mic and make sure it sound right, boys.
So starting with this beautiful Mercedes grille and this beautiful badge of Mercedes here. These square type headlights were made from Hella. These wheel arches were different from other cars and had a sporty look, and this is what I love, the fender flares. So this fender flare gives it a very sporty look. So this is what I love about the side of the vehicle, and these integrated bumpers give it a sporty look from its predecessor, that was the W123, which you saw in the previous video. So the design language is simple. It is a square shaped, a boxy car, but it was the most aerodynamic car back in the day. So let me show you something very special. These wheels, as you can see, are monoblock, Mercedes monoblock, and it gives a very sporty look to the car. Particular vehicle produced around 170 horsepower and had a 5-speed manual. Was made from 1986 to 1995. So let me open the hood for you guys. So the latch opening the hood is on the left side, as the old Mercedes, as all the previous models. and it had the same mechanism as the W123, which you have to pull it and then you can lift it up. You see the beauty of the engine which the Mercedes made. So this particular car had a 2500cc diesel engine with a manual gearbox, and as you can see guys, the car is maintained very nice. There is no leakage whatsoever. The car is in immaculate condition, and we see the ABS system here, we see the steering pump here, we see the oil filter here, the engine is here, and it was a well sought after car. It was like magic when it was driving on the roads back in 1995. So as you all know guys, Mercedes was very focused on the build quality of their car. So you can see how robust the body is. So the car is from the 1994, and you can see guys, there is no damage or no rust or nothing as sort. You can see the straight body of the car. So one thing I like about the car was these plastic panels, the integrated bumpers on the back as well. So in some models they had a different color from the body, but this has a full white color. So one thing I would like to show you guys, the side view mirrors of this car are different. So like this is a horizontal mirror, and let me show you guys.
It sound right, boy.
And this is a vertical mirror, as you can see. So the size of the side view mirrors are completely different from one another. So it was something different back in the day, something different now also. So the Mercedes was so much focused on their design language of the car, so they had a very different wiper blade, which was a single wiper blade, as you can see, and it had a shocker type of thing in it. It solved the purpose very well. So there was only one wiper in the car, but it did the job better than the two wipers which are present in the cars. So without wasting any time, we'll show you the interior of the car. Let's get in. So when you open the car, you can see the all original interior of the car. This is in immaculate condition, as you guys can see, and this has a wooden trim in it, some space to keep your things. So now, getting inside the car, we have the feel and the first touch of the car, and the steering wheel has a soft touch to it. This is the instrument cluster of the car, and this car has done around 96,586 kilometers, all original. So this was the temperature gauge of the car, this was the fuel gauge, and this is the oil pressure system gauge. This is the speedometer, as you can see, and here you have the famous Mercedes clock and the RPM system. So you get the front headlights controls over here. You have the handbrake release button here. You just have to pull it off and the handbrake gets released. So see the dashboard of the car. The dashboard and all of the interior of the car is in perfect shape, like it came from the dealership 2 days ago. So as you can see guys, there are many switches and controls, and the stereo of the car is also original. I think this is the most original 123 I have ever seen in my life. So we get an ashtray over here. We get some AC controls. We have the fan controls over here. We have the controls which can make the car hotter. The temperature controls, you can just switch from here. Like it's right now it's on 26. You can make it cooler, like 18 and above. So this is the back light button over here. You get the hazard lights over here, and see this here. It is just beautiful and made from Mercedes-Benz. You get the ignition switch over here. The AC vents, square AC vents, very robust and very well built. And you get the glove box over here. So this is the glove box of the car, and as you can see there are 2 cup holders which can hold your drinks while you're driving or just sitting in the car. The seats are in damn good condition. They are all original. You get this original headliner from the Mercedes in the car. You get these lights, and everything in the car is in perfect shape, I must say. And the seats are so much comfortable. They are like sofas. You get the manual shift here, and you have the window controls over here which were automatic, and this is the adjuster of the side view mirrors. This is the child lock button you get here. You have some space to keep your things, and you have this big armrest which is present in the car. So now let's get in the back seat. So we have the window controls over here, this beautiful door panel, these wooden trims, one ashtray in each door, sorry, as smoking was cool back in the day. So this is the seatbelt height adjuster which you get in new cars these days. So you get this grab handle, this reading light you get here. The seats are all the way to the back, and I still have a lot of room for my legs as I am 5'11", and I have a decent space right now also. And you get this is basically for the newspapers, and we have this big armrest which
if you notice this armrest feels so soft. It's like a full piece of Dunlop. And unlike the armrest today, today in the cars, it's a very hard armrest.
Very hard, yeah.
You can't rest, you can't feel sleepy, you can't feel relaxed and comfortable. It's never been touched from 1994. It's all written in German, I think.
Yeah.
And you got, I think, the immediate life-saving measures. You got a manual, and then you got everything here. Now, the gauge.
So this is so cool that it is from the 94, I think. Yeah.
Everything is preserved.
Yeah, everything.
You got, what do you call it? I think the band-aid.
All in German, yeah.
You've got the band-aid here.
Yeah.
So everything that you need for first aid till the time you get the patient
Get the patient to the hospital.
person to the hospital.
Yeah.
There are a lot of gauges here and there. And plus there's a manual which is going to help you out. So the attention to detail is what these companies are all about.
Yeah, absolutely.
Look at the quality, nobody's touched it, and still they put it in a plastic because they know their cars are going to last for generations.
For generations, yeah.
That is the reason everything is preserved in a plastic.
Yeah.
Nothing is contaminated.
So that was the interior of the car. Now let me show you guys what the boot space is like in the W124. So the boot space is quite big, and this is the picnic mat we have here with us, and this had a very well built spring mechanism, as you can see here.
Find the sunshade in the car over there. However, you see a lot of sun rays protruding from here which hamper the vision. However, these guys think about every little detail, and that's the reason. Look at this little sun visor here as well.
Wow.
Apart from that, did you show them the seatbelt sign? Right, now switch it on. I hope it works. Yeah, so look at that.
Yeah.
It is showing you that you've not clamped the belt,
belts.
and you're supposed to put the seatbelt on. So it's showing you everything in red. So these cars were built like airlines. The other day I was talking to this cousin of mine who's a commercial pilot, and he has flown planes. And I asked him, I was like, so what do you think the next best thing to an aircraft? You know what he said? He's like the old Mercedes from the 90s, because I'll tell you why.
Yeah.
They had a button for everything.
Okay.
He's like, when you're flying an aircraft, you look at the console, you look at the dashboard of the aircraft. You have a button for everything over there, because at the point of time, if there is a calamity or there is a problem, over the phone, if I need to give instruction to someone to fly the aircraft or to maybe land it to security, it should be so simple that I can guide people over the radio to ensure that they could safely land the aircraft. And that is the reason everything has a button. There is no multi-functionality, there is no multitasking back in the day. I don't know, at the moment you look into the cars, you just have one screen, and a guy like me goes absolutely clueless what to do, where to do, what to touch, what not to touch, and what function works from what. However, back in the day, everything was very, very simple. Like you look at this here, for every button, every function, there is a button. You just want to switch on the light, there is a button. You want to turn the circulation on, there is a button. You want to, drop the headrest, there is a button. You want to have the defogger, there is a button. It's not like an LED screen where you just, get confused. So I want to drive. I don't want to be wasting my time or getting confused with the buttons out here. So even while driving, just with a click of a finger, I can operate, a feature.
Everything in the car.
And then there is muscle memory that they used to keep in mind that, once you start using your vehicle over a period of time, even with, there's a black cloth wrapped around your head, you would still know which button to press to do what inside your own vehicle. It's like your own private house,
Yeah, that's absolutely. So guys, this is how the W124 is driving on the hills of Dehradun, and we are right now at the lungs of Dehradun, right?
I call it the lungs of Dehradun.
Yeah.
You can see the lungs all around it.
Yeah, and it drives like a petrol car, I must say this.
Like I said, these cars were built in the era where multitasking was not a very
considered a good option.
Yeah, people were not too used to multitasking. When people were driving, they were simply driving. They were not fiddling on their mobile phone.
Yeah, exactly.
So, it's a very different mindset you need to have to enjoy these cars.
Yeah.
I meet a lot of people who get fascinated looking at these cars and want one. And the moment they have one, they want to get rid of it. Why? Because they're not in sync with it. You need to have a certain state of mind, you need to have a certain personality to be enjoying and driving these cars.
Yeah.
If you're rushing through life, if you're always short of time, then I'd recommend it's good to look at such videos and enjoy it. Rather than experiencing it in person, because you will get frustrated eventually, because honestly speaking, these are old cars now, and you need to drive them with a lot of care, attention. You can't be roughing them out. You can't be ignorant about them. It's not life. They
Yeah.
live, they're alive, they talk to you.
Yeah.
And the way they get angry at you is by breaking down. So if your car is breaking down a lot, that means she's angry at you.
Yeah.
So it's time you change your habits, it's time you change your ways of life.
They are like little babies.
Yeah, baby, they're like the ladies,
The ladies, the babies.
whatever is special to you in your life,
Yeah.
they're like that in your entire life.
Yeah.
And they're an integral part of every family is what I feel like. This particular car is a very important part of my family. This car signifies my grandfather's desire when he was alive
Uh-huh.
that, he used to tell me when you grow up, try and get a nice Mercedes. And the definition of a nice Mercedes was this.
Yeah.
And obviously, like all sad stories, when the car was there, he was not there.
Yeah.
But whenever I look at this car, I remember his
It
face.
reminds you of him. Yeah.
And that's why I like it, and that's why I've always had it and keep enjoying.
So guys, this was the Mercedes-Benz W124 from the 1994. And if you like the video, make sure to like, share and subscribe to the channel as more is to come. This is Saasha signing off. Thank you.